Hey there, welcome back guys. This video is for those that want to use the return home feature on the Mavic 4 Pro or any of their drones. We're actually going to use the return home feature and have the home point be the remote controller, so I can walk down the street and that'll be my home point. Or because by default, if you walk down the street, wherever you took off from is your home point. So without any further ado, let's get started so we can get that rolling. But there's a dynamic feature which will automatically update the home point to the remote controller. I don't recommend using that, especially since things have been glitchy with this thing in most of my videos that happen in real time. So if things start glitching out with your remote controller or your drone, the POI effects not working, or some of the special effects are not working either, I recommend just doing a factory reset on the remote. Today's day 2 of the factory reset. And so far, so good. I'll show you how to do that in a bit. But without any further ado, let's get started so we can walk down the street, right? And update our home point. And wherever we are standing with this is where the drone will return to. So come. Okay, if your drone starts to glitch out and things aren't working the way they were out of the box, or maybe your experience isn't streamlined, what you're going to do is click on those little dots and then go to About. And then from About, you're going to go into press that button that says Clear All Data. And then when you press Clear, everything on here will be erased. And that's pretty much it. And then you'll just have to reset everything. And hopefully, things will be back to normal.
One second. See? Oh, there we go. It's recording. And what you're going to want to do is move that over here. Update your home point. So now you're going to click on these little bars, these 3 buttons on the right-hand side. And when you press it, hopefully it works. Whoops. See, it's a little glitchy. Um, you're going to go to safety. See safety right here. Obstacle avoidance. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Update home point. See, and when we press it, well, you can press it. You're going to choose the aircraft to be the home point, which is where it is right now. Ideally, if you're hovering, or the controller. We want the controller to be the home point, so this way it comes back to me. Okay. And then you have dynamic home point, which if you press that, just be the home point. It will do static. Then we'll do controller. Okay. And if you hit controller, if it lets you, see, I'm having DJI. You got to fix that. Oh man, if we click aircraft. There. Home point updated to current remote controller location. Okay, so it updated to the current remote controller location. Sometimes you'll see it move, and sometimes you won't. We got some planes flying over in the air because there's a MetLife Stadium thing going on. So before you start moving the drone left or right, just click OK. Okay, remember the home point has been updated. We're going to bring the drone up a little bit, right about here. If I can get clear height of the experience, or I can just go up. All right. And then watch that screen so we can see the home point change. Again, I like to go at least 200 feet up in the air before I go left, right, forward, or backwards. See, and then we're going to head over to that building that looks a little bit like the Reader's Digest building. And then we're going to go back to the map. Okay, make sure your maps load. If your maps don't load, you'll have to connect your remote controller to the Wi-Fi on your phone, and then it should load. That happens sometimes. It happened to me actually a couple of times on a meetup where the maps just did not simply load. So there's my home point, right? So the drone's going to take off. We're 237 feet up in the air. I can still see the drone of a plane, but I live in an area where the planes fly really low, but there aren't any restrictions for not in a low altitude zone, but not anywhere where that would require FAA or getting lands. So I am going to walk over to where the drone is and change the home point. See right here, the home point's where the remote controller is, right? And then how much battery we got? We got plenty of battery. I'm going to walk all the way. So you're wondering where I am now? Let's see if we can see me or test out the optical zoom, right? That's a nice way to test out the zoom feature. Might not be able to test it out while we are, I'm going to stand on the corner while we're recording. So we are here. I'm over there. I'm at the corner. See if I can zoom in. Oh, nice. It will let me zoom in. So there I am right there. We're not going to do the optical zoom. See, and here I am crossing the street doing surveillance. Watch that guy. See? Where is he going? I'm sure he is. So I'm going to cross over, right? Or and go into the parking lot. Um, Watch your battery if you're doing this. If you want to remake this video, make sure that you um, have enough battery to make it back in case you're crossing an interstate highway, where there aren't any lights. There I am crossing the street. You can see I'm on the other side though. So let me shrink this window. See? Um, so now I'm here. See? Walking down there. And then blue. I wonder if I can zoom in a little more. That's about it. Okay. Then zoom out. All right. So now there's a drone above me. And then I can bring it, right? But now if we go to the map, right? I want to go into the other parking lot though. We go back to the map, zoom, see the home point's over there. So don't press return home until it's updated. Even though we said home point remote controller, it's not working that way. So when you hit return home, and if you walk to, far beyond the beyond, let me see where I am. That's me. You are going to be out of luck. I should be right about here. See? Yay, wait. There's that. Oh, there I am. Right there. See? I wonder if I could track it, right? Track myself. Let's see. Focus enabled. Oh, wow, yeah. See if the drone will follow me. No, it didn't work. Supposed to. There I am. Okay. And then active track. Hopefully the drone doesn't lower its positioning. No, it's not working. Even though I pressed it. Seems like it's following to some extent. Nope. See? Lost me. That's fine. We're not. A lot of these features, sometimes they work. Sometimes they don't. So now we got to bring the drone over, make sure we're at the right height. Okay. Look for our building, object of desire, which is going to be right over there. Wow. Turn off this active tracking. And then now what I'm going to do is bring the drone, make sure we're at the right height before we remember, before we move forward, left, right, and the drone will be right over here above the parking lot. And let's see, we're going to spin it around and come down, find the parking lot again, which be beep, 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 beep. Somewhere. Oh, there I am. See? Right there. And that's zoom 2.5. Okay. So I'm like, hi, guys. So I'm like having an oh shit moment. Wait, the drone's going to go back home, right? Because the home point is right there. So what you want to do is go back into your maps and then go here and then go into where is it? Maximum altitude, update home point. See, we're going to choose controller. Okay. And then it should switch. See, it just switched to where I am right now, which is great. And now when I click return home, it should come back to the row. Or, as it starts to come back to where it needs to be, you can override and take over. So when I press that return home feature, it should actually come back here. Let's test it out and see. You could always override it. Make sure there aren't any wires or anything in the way or poles and things like that, because you will, or trees. Oh, wow. To some extent. Hold on. Yeah, I was going to land in those trees. But you kind of get the idea. I wonder if I update the home point to a little bit further away from the trees where it will go. Hold on 1 second. I just want to get an idea of it away from the trees. Okay, I'm going to stand right over, move a little bit further away, update the home point, and see if it comes to where I am, right? It should. Okay, the home point just a little bit further away. I'll go here and then go here. Remember? Um, Update home point. Not the aircraft controller. See, update. Oh, it's great. So it changed the home point. See? Now it's right about there. Let's see what happens when we hit that return home button now. It should just land right in front of me, right? Hopefully, without having to fly anywhere. Uh, sorta. Wait for it. Oh, nice. Yep, it's coming straight down. Kind of neat, huh? Watch the bushes. Yeah, so you just have to watch the bushes or anything surrounding, and then you tap that cancel button. Okay. Going that and moving forward. We'll point a spin journey around, reset the gimbal, and bring it up. If you're wondering, this is the flight that we temporarily do. Now you know. It's usually over a parking lot, never over the traffic, and then we fly. Because of the area that we live in, we can fly through the town without flying over the town. 220 something feet up, 36 feet up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to go forward a little bit. I have the Bifly light on the back so I can get better. Oh, wow, that's a nice picture. The better orientation of the drone, gauge it. That's a nice picture right there. Except in order to take the picture, we're going to have to stop recording. That's okay, though, which changes everything. Because once you go into photo mode, the lens sort of readjusts itself and goes into like another depth and field / perception. See, a little bit, not a lot. So now I want to take that picture. But that's okay because you can't experiment with the zoom features. Hold on, maybe we can go without like we can do, let's see. We can experiment with this feature, but we can't explore. We can't hit explore without stopping the record button. So there we go right here. Here's this building. Really nice. That's it. That's 2 times 5, 2.5, and then we have 6. Oh wow. This is really nice. So this is 6 times. The other one was 2.5 times zoom. Kind of neat, except you can't. Trains coming, so I might get a little bit loud. So I'll just put it back to 1. That's not so. Oh wow, this is a nice picture. And POI effect should work in this one. So at night, the POI effect tends to drift more a little bit, and it tends to go back. It doesn't keep that full circle within the perimeter that it would adjust to in that normal circumference. It just extends the circle. The circle will get bigger, whereas during the day, the POI effect will maintain its course, or stay on track with the breadcrumbs trail. It's a little bit of a bummer. So if you're going to do the same thing with the POI effect during the day, during the night, you might want to be closer to the object desire. As you can see, the drone is above me. Not far away. It's right over there. Oh, but let's zoom in on me before we do the POI effect. Let's see. Let's turn the drone around. Tilt the gimbal down. There I am, right over there. Wow, at the home point, the H. And now you just have to adjust it a little bit. Take off this active track thing. And then that's it. Let's try times 6. Oh, so that's the longest. There's a train. Oh, wow. So times sorry. The Oh, wow. This is really cool. It actually, wow, 23. That's 24 times zoom. Wow. That is pretty cool. Hi, guys. 24 times zoom. Kind of neat, huh? I'm not really sure what you would use this feature for. Maybe some camera surveillance because you could be far away watching the car, or a fire. Or when there's a fire, you actually do want to be far away. And I've actually recorded some fires in the past but I was like this. I was many, like half a mile away, and people were like, "Should you be doing that?" They're like, "You were reckless." No, I wasn't reckless. I was like standing right over here, and the fire was, well, all the way down. For those of you who saw that video. So ideally, this would help keep the drone safe too, because you don't have to. That's 26 times zoom. That's amazing. You don't have to worry about losing your drone in the smoke. Again, or fire from the heat, dissipating and coming up. So let's see the home point. We can update the home point again. But I just wish there was a button you could press without going through the menu and going into the main menu. Like you could just press button on your controller, customize a button and say, hey, press this button to update home point, right? So unfold arms, power update, see, update home point. And I'm going to update the home point again to where I'm standing, which is because ideally it's an open spot where I am in the parking lot, as you saw. So if I wanted it to come back home, this would be the perfect location. Wonder if this resets it. No, that just resets the. Oh wow! Look at that. There's New York City. Hold on, I hear something. Oh, it's just a plane. All right, well, it's not bad. Looks like we don't even lose any pixels. Wow! And oh, look at the plane taking off. Take a picture of that. That looks really cool. I like that. Wow, that's from where I am. That's like 20 miles away. Took another picture. Oh, nice. And you could use your fingers to zoom in and out. I'm just gonna put it back on one, and then go back here, and then spin the drone around. Hopefully that's me. And there's our object of desire. And we'll end this out. So the zoom is pretty good for photos. And now we'll just try the POI effect and call it a day. So you just scroll over here and lock it in, press POI, and then we'll just do this all the way that way. And then let it, hopefully, it keeps within the circle and doesn't overextend its reach. Make sure you're at the right height. We're at 236 feet, which is high enough for me because I know where the trees and hills are in this particular area. So don't assume that like, oh, he went 236 feet. I want to do that when I get home. No, no, within 236 feet. You could be at 300 feet, right? And then all of a sudden you hit something. It could be a pole, a tower, or whatever. So make sure you know the area and don't fly um, somewhere at night that you've never flown during the day, right? Because it's just a little bit reckless, unless you're with people that have flown there, and they will give you some tips and tricks on the do's and don'ts. But in this particular case, I'm here all the time. Whereas when I fly, it's kind of like hiking. I don't hike somewhere at night. I've never hiked during the day, just so I know if I have an oh shit moment and accidentally come off trail, I know my way back. Of course, nowadays you have your phone, GPS, and compass, but sometimes the instruments can go defunct. See, this is, oh man, damn it! I was gonna say I didn't record it, but that's all right. We're recording it from the screen. That's the only downside. So let's go here, video, and then I guess we'll just let it run the full circle again. Yeah, a little bit so that's the only. Oh yeah, and you see it stretched out. So you'll see it was perfectly straight from me, right? When it comes to the home point, because it was above me, and as you can see, it just went back more. If you look at the map, which is fine, because remember it's at a great height. It's at 309 feet in height. So if for some reason it increases in height and the distance too when doing the POI effect. So you got to take that into consideration. So now we've got, a little bit of further view. So that's the only downside to the POI. Yeah, we're watching it, but a little bit of a bummer. That it doesn't stay within that full circumference of the circle and, make the magic happen. So you might see yourself coming back here. See, look, 316 feet. And we started at 200 feet, 200 and something. If you scroll back and see, and then it's just going to go back even further. It's getting a little bit windier though. And now we're losing the object of desire. So as you can see, POI effect kind of went defunct. Knowing that and moving forward, that's okay because we can bring it back in and do it again and turn off that active tracking thing. Not sure why I thought I shut that off. At 300 feet might be a little bit too high. because I hear planes coming. Um, let's see. Zoom or in the right zoom. Where's my home point? See, my home point's right there. So I'm going to turn the drone around and head towards home, which is where I am standing right now above me. See, there's a train station. There's our object of desire, and I am down here. Of course, I could press the button, that little blue dot right there. And it's like, hi, and it's right above me. So that's the only downside, So a lot of these features are there. They're so cool, but if only they worked 100% of the time. So then what happens is it worked the first time, but I forgot to press record, right? So now I'm like, again, play it again, Sam. All right. So now I'm just going to go here, go down a little bit. Make sure when you do go down that you're watching drone, right? And then we're just going to bring it in closer to our home point. Right about here is good. I can still see the drone. Go in because I'm right here. Drone's right there. A lot of people are like, hey, he's over the tracks. Nah, it won't work like that. That's why this drone is great for being far away. Sort of. Now we're going to lower it as long as we can see it. I don't like lowering the drone unless I can see it because you never know what could be below it, above it. Some guy might have gotten a new drone and just launched it, you know? And then you're shit out of luck there. 253 is, go back up a little bit. We're still over the parking lot at 231. All right, we're going to start at 231 feet high, 28. And unfortunately, you know what's going to happen. It's going to work its magic. So then this kind of like has a mind of its own. Okay. And that's it. Go right about here. And then POI. We got 47 minutes, 47% battery. That should be enough to do the POI effect. One last try. And then hit the record button. Make it go a little bit faster. Not too fast because remember, we need battery to come back. And now POI effect is in effect. We're at 216 feet high. Train's coming. If you need to catch a train, feel free to catch a train and come back to us later. But again, since we know that the POI effect has a mind of its own and will adjust the height and making it higher, make sure you watch the drone because it could have a glitch and wind up going lower, right? You're like, wait, see, look, it's increasing in height, which I guess, it is what it is. But if that number starts to drop, it might hit something, right? It could hit a pole, a tree, or whatever, another drone in the area. That's why whenever you fly with people, you want to make sure you shout out your height, like 600, 400, 500.
Crazy.
Hey, what's up?
Easy. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just circling the town,
How
taking.
can you do this? How can you use this to help me destroy the building department for the shit they put me through with this?
What is it
next
put you
man?
through? Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, I don't know. That's like nothing.
See if you could like drop something on that, just that office.
No, then I will never be able to fly again. It's doing a recording of doing a full 360.
Mhm.
Kind of neat, huh? It looks nice from the sky.
What does this cost?
An arm and a leg.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well, it depends. I got it from someone in Canada.
Huh?
So I got.
So that you get the drone. Do you have to get this whole system, or you could just get the drone without the record?
You could get the drone without the device, but then you're gonna need. Let me just stop it. You're gonna need.
I don't want to interrupt.
No. You're gonna need this to fly it.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, you can't fly it. So
What is it? What is it? How much is it?
like between 2,000, 3,000, or 4,000.
That's
or
what the
fly.
guitar cost me.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
This is the bigger one now. Here, I'll let you see. Hold on. I'll bring it down a little bit because the battery is about to go anyway. And let's see. We're here with my neighbor. Oh, I didn't know you were out and about. It's cold out, right?
Yeah, well, I walk around, I walk down the block, and then I mail, then I come back. There's usually nobody here, which I like.
Yeah, this is
But this is fine.
this is fine. Yeah, for me with the drone here.
Okay.
Yeah, because it says like the perfect route because you can fly far without like going far. You can fly over the town, right? Without being over the town because the parking lot's so big. It pretty much runs the town. This is a bigger one though. Check it out.
Now this could have some real.
Yeah, some real.
Oh man, that's fucking shit.
Here, check it out. Oops. Here, but on the screen too. See? And then that's check this out though. Let me see how much battery.
I just can't believe like this is going to be something that like
So I'm right here, right? I'm gonna go about 200 feet.
if you came with me to Manhattan with this, you'd flip people the fuck out.
Yeah, I get like
I
a
guess you
ticket.
can't do it, man.
Nah, you can't. Here, check this out though. So we are here. Watch the municipal building. Oh man.
You know what's so amazing that way, that whole valley.
Yeah,
Like,
I love that.
I want to go. Like, you know what that is? That's Diamond Bridge Road.
Right?
And if you go, you know how you got to swing into Hawthorne through Town, you got to make the left and go up to Lincoln.
Yeah.
And when you get there,
It's like
you,
Hawthorne though, no?
yeah. Well, that's the beginning of it. And you make a left on Diamond Bridge Avenue, it's called.
Check it out.
Oh, man.
This is that far. And that's at 6 times. It goes to 24, I think, or whatever.
So you could read what somebody's writing.
Here, let's see. Oh yeah, here, look.
Oh, my God.
24. Yeah, it's 24
Oh,
zoom.
my God, you're a dangerous man. Take yourself.
Yeah. Later, right? I'll behave.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, in a lot of hands, this stuff.
Yeah, it is. But as you can see, I like doing like the fun and like fun stuff. I captured the whole circumference of the town.
You could do that in the city with like a smaller one and get outside of somebody's like window and look in. You could do like corporate spying.
Espionage. Yeah, it doesn't sort of.
This would be like an indispensable thing for a private investigator. It would be so cool.
That's too funny.
Well, that's how my mind works.
Ah, yeah, you're a nice guy. I'll see you around. All right.
A little more playing football for a while.
Oh, that's right. They had speaking of football, there was what do they call it? A MetLife Stadium. Well, that's why their planes were flying really low because they were doing flyovers. Funny. But maybe that's where the POI effect is, private investigator operation. Which actually stands for point of interest. But on that note, so everyone has a different vision of these drones when they see them. Everyone on my block is really cool. My neighbors know that I'm the drone guy, and they usually call me and say, "Hey, can we mind looking at my gutters?" Or like you heard him in the beginning, "Hey, can we use this for the house next door to see what they have going on?" So everyone, and as you know, you can't fly in New York City and spy on anyone because as soon as your drone goes into the air, they want to know what you're flying for or what your mission is, and you got to post flyers around everywhere within the circumference that you're going to be flying, and it's sort of like flying in Westwood. I have a video where I was flying the drone in Westwood, and you can only fly where you're standing, and your drone can only be 400 feet or whatever X amount of feet. And so if I want to fly down there and stand, I have to get a permit for that particular area. So I want to stand here and fly in New York City. That's where the permit says I stand. That's where my flyers go, so notify everyone, etc. Anyway, that's pretty much how that works there. So a lot of people, you know, think they know but don't know. But I don't need to educate them because he's just having fun watching me fly. Things that he's not getting one. But yeah. So anyway, on that note, that's pretty much it. There was another one called Explore, which is right here. Explore gives you a little bit more of that zoom, but I kind of find with Explore, we lose pixels. And of course, with Explore, you can still do the 24, 25, 28 times zoom, right? See? 7 times, 8 times. Wow, this is not M24. You can watch a bird's nest, eagles, or whatever without moving any closer than what you need to be. And that's pretty much it there. It's kind of nice. We covered some cool features, got to meet a neighbor. I wanted to use this for so-called, espionage. That's pretty much it. Anyway, I hope this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Remember to like, and subscribe. And we'll see you all next time.